Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today? Fanny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Fanny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that Acele. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some hypnotic music in there. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found God knows where to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That Acele is the daughter of Miko the Kebab. A man who once killed a guy with a kebab. I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you? Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad.
The lieutenant tilts his head, but makes no comment.
Well, you know how it is, Harry. Kids will be kids. At her age, me and Edgar were getting drunk, sneaking out at night, throwing rocks at motor carriages.
Throwing rocks at motor carriages isn't really the same thing as running a drug lab, is it?
But anyway, don't let me drift away to memory lane. Tell me how I can help you, Harry.
Hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. This found A to Z, abandoned by its owner, still stands in the shadow of the ruins above it. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside there's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of It takes a few moments, but eventually the transceiver slides from its greased socket mount with an eminently satisfying ching. Nearly the same sound produced by the action on a good breech loader. You can't fail to notice.
Funny, isn't it? Oh, I didn't mean that. It's just ironic that you are using the lady driver's radio to contact the very authorities she was...
Where the radio used to be, there's just a rectangular shadow now. It's about the size of a small box of pasta, but much heavier. Now that you're looking at it more closely, you realize the various dials and meters make it look vaguely like a face. A distinctive triangular logo forms the nose. That's the mark of Ester-Az Electronica, one of the major manufacturers of advanced radio equipment.
You've surprised me more than once during the course of our investigation, but I have to say it still seems like a remote scenario. And Ester-Az is certainly nothing to sniff at, but if you compare the feature sets, I would say they are more or less equivalent. I've no reason to be jealous, Detective. And Ester-Az is certainly nothing to sniff at, so it would appear.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls, but there's a rectangular shadow which closes the rusty old lorry door. An old monument stands in the middle of the...
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock. What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking about the third presence?
She remembers. Good. No, not presence. Absence.
Absence? I imagine things must be rather bleak for you to return to me. Tell me, what have you found? A what?
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
Tell her the truth. It's out of her hands.
Close the shop? But it's all I have. No, there must be a way. Especially now that Annette is settling in at school again. She's finally making friends in this place. No, we can't leave Martinez. We can't. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here any time.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach? I'm listening. Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this? So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
Just Martinez? In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
So your cop ways came through again. Impressive. Let's see what you got. Thought I felt a special sign coming off this one. I'll just have egg pop in a frequency dial here, and we should be set.
Rarely has there been a more apt pairing of man and transceiver. This is a portent of great success.
All right, Lawfarer, we're ready to do this. I have to warn you, though, once we commit, there's no stopping until we've seen it all the way through. No pauses, no second chances. This is our shot. You got it. So any cop prep you got to do, you do it now. We'll wait if we have to. Don't sweat that. Egg found something down near the waterlock. Some maniac abandoned a perfectly good power source.
That maniac is obviously you, which makes the power source your half-sunken Caprice 40.
That explains why it was covered in cop colours. Old thing's totaled, but lucky for us the engine on the back is still perfectly good. All I have to do is run a cable from the engine up the Centaur Man's Memorial. It won't last forever, but it should buy us enough time to get you synced up with a big bad. How should I know? It's up to everyone to know their own needs. Whatever keeps your body and soul in top working condition.
At the very least, you should make sure you're wearing a good pair of gloves.
Personally, I'm gonna make sure I've got a steady supply of prep tired handy.
Now he's playing your tune. Better make sure you're ready to blast while circuit bending.
Do what you have to do. We're not going anywhere.
Hardcore charge! Nowhere else to go!
Like Egg said,